Good morning. This is early enough that we're actually rushing around here getting ready to get Morgan to school. And as you can see, I am in my favorite pajamas. I like men-like pajamas, even though these are actually for women. But I wanted to get a um, quick vlog out here because when I got up this morning to take puppy dog out, I saw that Ben at Politico had linked to a story where John McCain and Palin's spokesperson was saying that there's no possible way that Sarah Palin could mean that there should be any violence against Democratic congresspeople or anyone else because she is all about anti-violence and that she's even talked about it before. That after the abortion doctor was killed, she said, "Gosh, he shouldn't have been killed." How magnanimous of her! Look, that's all a big load of crap, and we know it. Why do we know it? Because she practiced all of this technique on the Alaska bloggers. Now, what am I talking about? Back in March, when I filed an Arctic Cat for the complaint against her, the ethics complaint, to the personnel board regarding the Arctic Cat um, sponsorship of her husband for Iron Dog, and the fact that she was not just wearing a jacket, but decked out in an entire outfit, jacket, pants, goggles, gloves, the whole thing, with tons of logos slammed all over them, and knew that she was going to be all over the national media when these people were responsible, the primary sponsors of her husband. I filed a complaint against her. I was the very first one where she actually, with the full weight of the governor's office behind her, condemned me on the website. And there have been various ethicists across the country who made reference to that, saying that whether or not my complaint had merit, that was obviously incorrect for a public figure to correct a private citizen like that. And what it did was it elicited a whole bunch of hate mail. So she learned from that because that was not far from the last. That became her regular modus operandi. My next experience with that was when I had a reader who did a Photoshop for me while I was doing a fundraiser to get some emails, where he photoshopped Eddie Burke, the radio host, the now ex-radio host, on Trig Palin's face in the picture of Sarah holding her son face out to the crowd in such a tender moment. Not really. Um, and so that was just a Photoshop there to show her relationship between Eddie Burke, because that was part of what uh, the gathering of emails was about, only part. And so she did another. Um, what actually started with that was Conservatives for Palin, led by Rebecca Mansour, did a huge piece on what is she doing to Trig Palin? She hates handicapped people, even though I'm disabled myself. But hey, and on and on and on, and that started a bunch of hate mail and threats. But then Meg Stapleton chimed in the day after, and it went crazy. We all know that. And all of these links are on the blog um, after this video. So then that was, now remember, Rebecca Mansour did that first. Okay. The next piece that happened was we had false claims made against uh, Griffin over at Immoral Minority, and then claiming that Shannon Moore said the FBI was going to go after Palin. She never said that, and Griffin never said that Palin was going to get divorced. But they made these claims, and then all kinds of hoopla happened as a result of that. Palin made big hoopla through the use of her lawyer about that. Who got that story first? Rebecca Mansour over at Conservatives for Palin. And where did she talk about it? She talked about it in Alaska. She came up here and was on Eddie Burke's show. The link is, again, on the blog. And talked all about that. And she was in Alaska. Why was she in Alaska? We now know. She was in Alaska getting a job from Sarah Palin. To do what? Write Sarah Palin's Facebook page. And miraculously, what appeared on Sarah Palin's Facebook page just a couple of days ago? A United States map with targets on it where all of the Democratic or the Democratic congressmen, congresspeople, I should say, who are up for re-election live. And on her Twitter, of course, she said that she wanted everybody to reload. Now, do you think that maybe all of this could be possibly connected? Do we see a pattern here? Especially considering that the same people involved in a situation where, and I know that I got incredible threats. I know Shannon got a huge amount of threats. I know that people were threatening Griffin at when he worked at his school. They were calling the school saying that they were going to do something to him at the school. All of this happened and she knows that it happened because it was documented and it was publicized as a result of her comments previous. And as a result of, I'm guessing, the ideas of Rebecca Mansour, who now works for her. So please, try and tell me she didn't know this was going to be a result. Try and tell me that she has no intent of ill against any of these people. And John McCain, are you an idiot? Yes, we know you're an idiot. Because she wore a hat with your name scratched out on it. Nastily so. And now, because you have her support and you're so desperate in your campaign, well, I won't even say what you're actually acting like right now. But it rhymes with witch. You're Palin's witch. Not exactly. Anyway, so that is my explanation and my timeline as to how we know that Palin and McCain and her spokespeople, and by the way, who was her spokesperson? It was an unnamed spokesperson who talked about this today because we know Meghan McCain is her spokesperson no more. Would that maybe be Rebecca Mansour? Just curious. But she knows exactly what she's doing. She's not an innocent, and she is not a victim. And until people figure that out, she's going to continue to get away with what she does. So, anyway, I hope all of you have a lovely day. I got to get my kid to school.